Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. Mike Amos, hoping that you're doing well on already on a Wednesday hump day. A lot of people call it as we go over the hump toward the weekend, and I hope everybody is doing well today. Huge basketball game in Birmingham today. Charles Henderson High School of Troy against Winona, 3 o'clock start. Steve, that's on TV. Is that on Bounce TV or what is that on? And that's what channel is that? 102. It's going to be on Bounce Television. I want to say 102, channel 102 on our dial here. But, of course, Charles Henson led by Maury Davenport, the big 6'4" center, one of the most sought-after young players in the country right now. And, of course, plays for an outstanding team coached by Vanessa Jones. And of course, her daughter is just a 10th grader, is an outstanding player, as is the Sila girl, who's another forward. I want to say she's either junior or senior. Maybe I don't know exactly right on that, but it's going to be a great ball game from Birmingham, 3 o'clock from the Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center in downtown Birmingham, home of the state Final Four. This is the third or fourth year in a row that Charles Henderson has made it to the Final Four. They lost last year to the defending state champion. In fact, Winona, the team they play today at 3 o'clock, is the defending state champion for three. And again, I'm going to check with Mike Amos when he called. It might be as many as 4 years in a row, and they're going to put up a full court press against the Trojans today, and hopefully they're ready. They've had a week to get ready for whom some people call the best team in Alabama as far as girls programs go, is Winona High School of Birmingham. Of course, it's Mayor for a Day, and the young people will be recognized today in the school systems. Students from Troy City Schools got the opportunity Tuesday to see what it's like to serve as mayor or on the city council. Students spent the day learning about civics and touring downtown and library and speaking with the mayor, Jason Reeves, and council members. And above this is from the Troy Messenger this morning, Blake Barron, Cade Renfro, A.C. Hawkins, Haley O'Brien, Tyler Cooper, Claire Laird, Michaela Griffin. Good morning, you're on Today in L.A.
Mike Amos, Bud Lou.
All right, hold on one second, Bud. Let me finish this sentence. Greg Meeks was also in attendance, city council member. Also city council member Robert Jones, Mayor Jason Reeves, city council member Marcus Paramore, city council lady Stephanie Baker, and city councilman Wanda Moultrie, and spoke to those kids and about how it is to run city government. Bud from Luverne is on the phone. Good morning, Bud. How you doing?
I'm fine, Mike. How are you today?
Doing real good. Tell us what's going on.
I got a question for you. I just want you to think about it. Is it time to replace Avery Johnson as basketball coach at Alabama?
Well, you know, they've lost 5 in a row. Is that right?
They lost 4 in a row. They're going to lose to Texas A&M Saturday, which will be 5. Lose the first game in the tournament, which will be 6. Go BNIT and lose that. Last week and told you that they were fixing, when they lost at home to Arkansas, I told you then they were fixing, after losing to Kentucky and Arkansas and Auburn, that they were fixing to go on a 5-game losing streak and lose the first game in the tournament. I just don't think as a motivator, there's several pieces to coaching and winning, but as a motivator, I just don't think he can get it done. We got the best talent of Alabama that's been there in 12 or 13 years, and this record is going to be the worst since he's come to Alabama.
Well, I've heard it over and over. My son, Mike, in Birmingham feels pretty much the same way. He talks a great game, but he doesn't seem like he motivates his players very well. They don't play hard. It don't look like to me.
No, they don't, and they stand around. And like I told you before, these teams now are packing in the 2-3 zone. Dante Hall, I don't even think scored last night.
Yeah. Well, it didn't look good. How long did they go without scoring? It was unbelievable. The first
14 minutes in the first half without scoring, and then I think at the end of the game, Florida went like on a 12 or 14-point run there at the end of the game.
What was the score at halftime? Did they even reach double digits?
No, they didn't have it like 18 points.
18 points in the first half. That is terrible. You're right.
37-18 at halftime.
No question about it. I can understand, but he's got a contract, I'm sure, and probably a buyout clause and everything, doesn't he?
I'm sure he does, but that don't mean much either.
Yeah.
Not
at the University of Alabama, isn't that right?
Yeah, everybody talks about, well, he's got a will. Listen, there's a lawyer that can break a will, and there's a lawyer that can get you out of a contract.
You're exactly right.
There's somebody out there that'll get the job done. And I just, they were on such a great run there in the middle of the year. That's what they were trying to play man-and-man and 2-3 zone. And that kind of stuff. And once they found out Dante got on the roll, Hall got on the roll like he did, they started packing it in. And another thing is hurting Auburn right now. They on a 2 or 3 game losing streak.
Yeah, they lost last night. Yeah.
They don't have a big man in the middle.
That hurts them. It hurts them. And Arkansas took full advantage. Let me tell you this: you take the guy at Arkansas compared to the guy at Alabama. Of course, we've known the guy from Arkansas from Birmingham. And the head coach, of course, he plays that hardcore defense. But you're right. He knows when to take it to the hole and when to shoot the three.
Right. And what little bit I saw last night, I got in late from a baseball game. But what little bit I saw the Auburn in the highlights, Arkansas's big man was dominating in the middle.
Yeah, no question about it.
I can't remember his name. But and I'm going to tell you somebody right now, in my opinion, that deserves some credit right now is Rick Barnes at Tennessee, because they probably going to wind up winning the regular season in basketball.
Well, he goes way back. I remember when he was at Texas, he was one of the outstanding coaches in the country at one time, wasn't he?
Yeah, I remember when he coached. I think he started off at Clemson years ago.
Yeah, well, he had at Clemson, but he also coached at Texas.
Absolutely. He took the Texas job after left Clemson for Texas.
Yeah.
But we're going to have probably 7 teams in the tournament, and Bama will not be one of them.
Isn't that something? Now, is Alabama the worst team in the conference? Who's the worst team in the conference?
Bama's right now 8th in the conference at 8-9, 7-13 overall. Worst in the conference is Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
12, 11-19 overall.
Isn't that amazing? Vanderbilt's program's gone down like that. They're usually one of the top programs.
I started to say they go down like it has.
Yeah.
And they beat Bama early in the year up there in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just disappointed in Coach Johnson, and and I know, and listen, he's getting nothing out of his son, nothing at all.
Yeah.
Of course, you can say that about a lot of them, but when Johnson comes in, he's not a big time player.
Yeah. But they bring him in. They bring him in early too. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, they do. That's because they're trying to, and it's just, they talk about Colin Sexton one and done. Well, they're not gonna have Hall next year either.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's gonna be out of there.
If he gets a decent offer from the NBA, or the way he played in the middle of the season, he's going to the NBA. But he's just got to develop a little better shooting. He's like field goal percentage right now. I looked it up this morning. As far as field goal percentage, most of it were inside early. He's like second or third in the nation in field goal percentage.
Oh yeah, no question. And he's an NBA player. He's going to play in the NBA, and
yeah, he will. He need to get a little thicker, but that'll happen. But I don't look for him to be there and Sexton to be gone. And I just don't know. They've got 2 or 3 recruits.
And Petty has not played near the basketball that he was supposed to play when they signed him. He was Mr. Basketball, wasn't he?
Exactly. That's right.
Now, he played good against Auburn that one time, but gosh, he stunk it up. I bet he missed 15 shots the other night.
And Braxton Keys, they hadn't done much. It's just, like I said, you can draw X's and O's all day, but Jimmy's and Joe's is what wins you the ball game. Hustle. They don't hustle. You know, and I know they're on a losing streak, but one of the ways to get out of the slump is to out hustle and out rebound.
That's right.
I think Alabama rebounded pretty well last night overall, but I don't know. I love Alabama basketball. I grew up with Finn Newton and Coach Sanderson, and
yeah, we were talking about Godfrey and Farmer and those guys that could shoot it. You know, they could shoot it, and you got to have shooters to bring the defense out. I mean, they're gonna just sit. They're gonna sink their defense and just get every offensive rebound. You know.
And that's what's happening on this losing streak. They packed that zone inside on Dante and Keys and Giddens, and we can't shoot the three.
Exactly.
We cannot shoot the three.
Exactly. No question.
Well, anyway, it's high school baseball time, and
yeah, I was wondering, where were you yesterday?
I went up to Riverwalk and watched Luverne and Trinity play.
That was fun. They got to play at Riverwalk.
Yeah.
Wasn't that great? Did Luverne beat them? Did they beat Trinity?
No, they got beat 13-0. Luverne's young. We don't have a lot of pitching right now, and don't hit the ball real well, and early in the season, but I feel like they'll come around. But listen, when you go up and play teams like Trinity and Brewtech and Lamp and Montgomery Academy and all those Montgomery schools, they go back, but they like Troy. They've got long-time tradition in baseball, Dixie U.
Yeah, no question.
UM, and that's just a well-organized, and you got so many kids to choose from. Now, we sat back and watched Brewtech and Lamp play. Brewtech won that one 6-1, and Luverne's got to play Brewtech this afternoon at 4 o'clock. But see, Brewtech got rained out Tuesday.
So they got their pitcher then, don't they?
They had a doubleheader last night, so they ought to be. Somebody said, "Well, they'll be low on pitching." I said, "Not these teams from Montgomery." I said, "Their fourth and fifth pitcher will be better than what most schools in our 2A and 1A have on the whole staff."
Troy University's got a big mid-week game tonight against UAB. Should be a good one. UAB, out of all the programs in Alabama, has given Troy fits over the last 15 years. And do you ever get a chance to come over to see some of those games?
I do. I used to come quite a bit. And
well, let me know sometimes if you come, so I can have you a ticket waiting for you at the door.
I'll do that.
And let me tell you this: you're talking about off to a good start. Everybody says, "Oh, Troy has lost 4 in a row." Well, he lost 3 in a row to Florida State.
Right.
And 2 of those games were by one run, and then they lost at Auburn by a run in the last inning. So they've lost 4 games, but 3 of them to number 3 ranked Florida State, and that's out of about 350 schools. And then Auburn was ranked too. So Troy, who started off 4-0, has got a big series coming up this weekend with Tennessee Tech, and should be a good game.
It should be. It should be a good series. I think Troy will get back on the winning track back.
But Charles Henderson's off to a very slow start. You know, let's face it, if you don't have good pitching, you sure better have good hitting.
Exactly.
And Charles Henderson's got another young team, and, you know, they lost their coach this week. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Joe, my buddy, who I thought was doing a great job, just turned in his resignation. I don't know the whole scoop on it, but
just out of the blue.
Yeah, so Charles Henderson, they've got a assistant coach that I don't know what their plan is or anything about it, but if somebody does know that, I wish they would call and let us know, because you talk about, like you mentioned earlier, Charles Henson's a proud program, and they've won their region, gosh, I don't know how many times in a row, but right now they're young pitching and a young team which is going to get better as the year goes on, but hey, it could be too late.
Let me say this about the youth programs in Troy. They just like Montgomery. They come up knowing how to play baseball.
Yeah,
they
that's
won
right.
so many Dixie Youth and World Series championships. They expect it. They know what it takes to win, so therefore they make the commitment.
Yeah.
You're right. They've got one of the best youth programs around.
Bud, you know, Bud, when I was coming up, you know, and we were playing tournament ball, we'd have to go to Montgomery and play the Montgomery Grays and the Montgomery Blues. You've heard of those teams over the years, you know, in Montgomery, and they were really, really good. And we were sort of intimidated. I really mean this when I say this. When Charles Henderson High School or when Troy Rec programs hit the field, believe it or not, the Montgomery teams are intimidated, and the Dothan teams are intimidated, and the Enterprise teams are intimidated. Their programs are that good, and it goes back, like you said, to coaching, tradition, and kids growing up not expecting to win. They, you know, when they walk into that park, they expect to win. You know, and of course you watched them over the years. They come out there in those old gray pants, and then those red jerseys. And people say, there's Troy. Uh-oh, there's Troy. You know, they wore the same uniform for all those years. You remember that?
Yeah, I do. And see, the thing about it is you've got youth coaches in Troy that teach the fundamentals.
Like a Sam Kitchens, you know, guys that have been around for a long time. You're exactly right, Bud. And, of course, you know, Luverne's got a good program, especially for the size of its town, you know.
Well, when you're in 1A and 2A ball, even in football and basketball, it's going to run in cycles at times, and you're going to be down. And
you know, another word that a lot of people don't mention, and I'm writing it out right now. It starts with an I. I'm gonna see if you can pick this out. Another thing that's very important is what word?
Well, for one thing, there's no I in the word team.
All right. But what I was fixing to say, it's important to them. It's important. It's important that you have a good program. You know, with City of Troy. Same way with Luverne. It's important to them. When it stops becoming important, then that's when your program goes down. In all sports, don't you agree?
I agree, and I'm
the word important. You don't hear it much, but hey, it's got to be important to you.
I'm going to say this, and I've got to go. Bama started off 8-0 in baseball. They're having a real good start off a real good
and the youngster from right out here at Troy, Pike Liberal Arts School, Avan, is tearing the cover off the ball right now.
He sure is, absolutely.
Then that kid from Montgomery that played at little, and of course, you know, everybody says, you know, you got to play at these big schools, but the top player at Alabama, I reckon he's still there, or did he get drafted? The kid from Alabama, what is it? What's the private school in Montgomery?
Alabama Christian.
Yeah, Alabama Christian. In the kid, is he still at Alabama, or he turned pro?
I think he's still there. Yes. Sir.
Yeah. Well, see, he's their top player, and he came from probably one of the smallest schools in the state. You know.
Absolutely. Listen, let me run, Mike.
What's for breakfast, bud? Have you had breakfast yet?
Let's eat it right now. So
oh, yeah, is it going to be hot and good?
It's going to be hot. I don't know about good.
Well, listen, let's get together and let me take you out to eat. Go over there and we'll eat. What's your favorite place to eat in Luverne? I know there's some good places.
Medium's good. It all depends on what time of day. Now, you can't hardly beat Preston's over here.
Oh, yeah, Preston's is wonderful, and you're right. Well, listen, Bud, take care, friend.
All right, buddy. Call you tomorrow.
I always enjoy you. Hey, look, watch the tournament today and give me your opinion of Charles Henderson High School's basketball team.
The
girls. All right, take care.
Call you tomorrow.
And ladies and gentlemen, that game can be seen on it's on Troy Cable today on Bounce TV. Do you know that number, Steve? 102 on your dial. It's called Bounce TV, and you can see games starting as early as 10 o'clock today. And, of course, Charles Henderson and Winona from that big arena in downtown Birmingham go at it at 3 o'clock. And the winner, how about this, Steve Camp? The winner plays Saturday morning, can you believe this? Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. How they expect anybody from Troy to get up at 5 o'clock and get on the road at 6 to make it to that game? Oh, me. But that's the way they've got it set up. And, again, but they got to win today against a 4-time defending champion, Winona, who's going to press them all over the court. That's what they did last year. And, of course, last year, Mari Davenport put on a clinic, ladies and gentlemen. She blocked 23 shots last year in the game, and they've been talking about her statewide ever since. The best shot blocker probably in the history of girls basketball in the state of Alabama is Mari Davenport. She is a phenomenal young player, and with one more year left, and we talked about this yesterday, she's starting to hear from every major college in the country, including UConn, the greatest program maybe ever. UConn basketball, women's basketball, might be the most prolific program, college program in the history of college sports. That's how good. I think they have won 160-something games and lost one. It's just unreal. Somebody call me and give me a record on that, on exactly how many games UConn has won in women's basketball, and it will really surprise you. I promise you how dominant they have been overall. And of course, you know, it started with teams like Tennessee, like Louisiana Tech had great programs for a long time. Believe it or not, Delta State had great programs at one time. Texas and Auburn used to have great programs, but now it is completely dominated by the University of Connecticut. We'll be back in just one minute.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Back to our show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Southeast Alabama Gas District, with home headquarters in Andalusia, Alabama, and numerous stores all over the Wiregrass, one right here in Troy. And I tell you, I love gas to cook with. I love gas to heat with. Our calls coming in from Birmingham, Alabama, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who is it speaking?
Michael, Roy, Amos.
Yeah, now I know of Michael Revel Amos that lives in Troy. You know that guy with the curly hair, big mouth, got a big mouth? You related to him?
I saw him not too long ago. He has slick back hair. He didn't have curls.
Oh, he got slick back hair now. He's called the Sweater Man. Is that right?
That's right.
Tell us what's going on in Birmingham other than Charles Henderson High School is going to take over today, man, Mike. Down at the Civic Center, you going to go?
I've actually got to work in Tuscaloosa. I've got a meeting down there with Adidas, so I can't go. I wish I could. I might try to go this weekend, but I don't know. With these little baby girls, it's hard to do a lot. But big day, yeah. I mean, basically, Winona has beaten Charles Henderson the last 2 years, so hopefully this will be the day that they can, beat the champs. It's hard to beat a champion, so we'll find out what they're made of.
Well, I'll tell you this, and going into the tournament, and I think everybody will agree, Charles Henderson has not shot the ball very well. They've relied on defense and Maury Davenport's shot blocking ability. He keeps the other team from scoring, but in this case, it's not going to do them any good to keep the other teams because they're not going to keep Winona from scoring. So they better shoot better or they're going to come home early. Now, what Winona's going to do, Mike, they're going to press them all over the court.
Yeah, turnovers.
And try to get them turnovers and get in a free throw battle. Now, let me tell you, Charles Henderson might be the best free throw shooter in the state of Alabama, bar none, boys or girls. But she can't keep the ball the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll do everything they can to get Davenport in foul trouble somehow, some way, taking charges.
Mike, she might be the most phenomenal shot blocker, especially at the girls level, in the history of state championship basketball.
Yeah, everybody knows who she is. I told a lot of my coaches up here in Birmingham, and everybody's seen her play.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about how phenomenal.
Well, she blocked 21 shots in the game last year, and she fouled out of the game. Of course, she didn't foul out of the game. Charles Henderson probably wins it. And let me tell you, I'm proud of Charles Henderson. I got used to that commercial. But they've got to play better than they've been playing to win today.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm sure Coach Jones and those players have been thinking about last year, throughout the off season, and they want to try to finish this time, I guess, would be the main thing. You have a lead by 4 with a minute left, and probably think you're going to win that game. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
House Daddy was on my show yesterday, Mike, and he says if they win, they get free sandwiches at Subway, compliments of Sanders Truck Lines. House Daddy, Jeffrey Bennett, Mike.
I'm sure you probably have bought them breakfast a few times yourself. Maybe.
No question about it. In fact, I hope they'll come on this show, and I'll fill them full of donuts. I'll tell you that from the donut hole. And my buddy downtown, Sips, has great donuts. Now, I've offered them the opportunity to call in and tell us about what they got for lunch and what kind of donuts they got. They have wonderful donuts, but hey, I tell you, you can be sure of it from the donut hole. Those donuts are wonderful. You ever had them, Mike?
Yeah, I think I've tried them before. What's the name of that place? Daylight Donuts?
No, the Trojan Donut Hole.
Trojan Donut Hole, okay.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course, again...
We're donut aficionados. Growing up in Thomas our whole life, so I guess that's kind of what I always have compared donuts to.
Yeah, no question about it. Of course...
I'll sometimes pick up Krispy Kreme donuts on the way to Tuscaloosa for meetings. Might try to do that today.
Yeah. Of course, that game starts at 3 today and should be a good one from Birmingham. You've been to the Birmingham...
Better question, will those games be on TV?
Yeah, on Bounce TV. And should be fun to watch. Now, you're in Birmingham. You know Birmingham quite well. Tell folks coming from Troy what will be the easiest way to get to the arena.
I mean, basically you could just go, 65 to 459, get on 280, and then once you get on 280, you hit Red Mountain Expressway, and there'd be a sign you know, to the BJCC. You'd actually see it from the road. I'd say that's the quickest way. Either way you want to do it, I mean, you could go straight 65 and wrap around.
Yeah, and wrap around and take. Would you actually get on 57?
You mean 59?
59. Would you get on 59 for just a short period of time?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to get.
All right. So what you do, ladies and gentlemen, you go 65 until, and it's almost. You'll see all those tall buildings on your right, and right when it makes the big wide right turn, you'll be on 59. That goes to.
I think the quickest way is to go 459 to 280.
All right.
Because that puts you at Red
Okay.
Mountain Expressway where you want to be. But either way you want to do it.
Well, nah, you would go down the Red Mountain Expressway. I don't know. I'd almost tell them to go all the way to 20, Mike. Go 459 to 20 and come in.
If you stay on 65, you can take a ride. Like you're heading towards Gaston or Atlanta.
Yeah. Of course, there's several ways to do it, and
I mean, you can also go through downtown. You know, when you hit the UAB exit, and go that way.
Exactly. Would like to.
The biggest thing to do is parking is always a problem down there. They're doing a lot of work and a lot of construction down there. So
I tell you, Ted's would be a good place for lunch. Wouldn't you think Ted's would be a good place for lunch?
I don't know. Ted's is a pretty good ways away. UAB's pretty far from the BJCC.
Well, I don't know. Ted's is not very far. They're downtown, you know.
Yeah, but downtown's a lot of traffic to get through all that to get to Ted's.
Yeah.
You know, that's BJCC is basically the north part of downtown Birmingham. It's past all the buildings and everything.
Yeah.
So.
No question. Or they could easily get on 459, come off 65, get on 459, and go all the way to 59 and come on in. That wouldn't be bad either. That might be the quickest way to do it.
You can do it either way you want to do it. If you want to wrap around, I mean, you can wrap around either way.
And go by the airport. You'll go by the airport. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Mike Amos is on the phone with us from Birmingham, and Mike.
Alabama's just throwing.
Bud this morning from Luverne called for the coach's resignation at Alabama.
Well, Dante Hall from Luverne, bless his heart, looks like he's just like withering away as the season goes on. He's not very physical. You know, he's only about probably 220 pounds. He's 6'9", and you know, the other big guy, Giddens, who I thought would probably beat out Dante Hall this year, has not contributed at all. And then they got a freshman kid, 6'9" kid out of Georgia, just not ready to play. You know, Alabama's just not very good down low.
Mike, and it doesn't.
Dante Hall played really well throughout most of the season, but he didn't have a whole lot left in the tank. And then no consistent shooting. You know, Dazon Ingram can't shoot. Braxton Key can't shoot. Sexton's more of a driver, a finisher at the rim.
Is Sexton as good as everybody says he is?
He'll be great at the next level. You know, the college game kind of, doesn't,
He has to play under more control, doesn't he?
Under control, yeah. He'll be unbelievable in the open court and driving in the NBA. I mean, he gets fouled every time he wants to score.
Is he a good free throw shooter?
Yeah, he's like 78%.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I hate it for Alabama. You know, I mean, a lot of people still have projected to be in. But
Bud is my man, and he doesn't think they'll win another game, Mike. Even the first round of the NIT.
They'll get killed by Texas A&M this weekend, even though they beat Texas A&M by 25 points.
And Don Maestri, I need to get on the phone with him. He's coaches.
Auburn fell last night on the road at Arkansas, so they've lost 2 in a row.
I watched that game, and gosh, Auburn got killed inside, Mike. They don't have an inside guy. You know, everybody's.
Yeah, when that McLemore guy got hurt, he was their best shot blocker and rebounder.
Yeah.
So.
Boy, if they had.
I can't understand though. I mean, like Petty, the great star out of Macon.
Oh, we talked about that. He has really not played well.
He's really just like. I mean, he's just disappeared. And
Mike, he has not shot well since the Alabama game, and that was.
He has no confidence. He scored 27 against Auburn.
Yeah, I know it.
The game, but I don't know, man. It's really sad. I mean, there's people that were so excited about this basketball season, thinking it was going to be the greatest since the Wim Sanderson days, and I got to get on the road here a little while. I'm going to try to pick up some of Wim Sanderson and Barry Sanderson's radio show later today.
Mike, where would you recommend to these folks to eat today when they're in Birmingham?
I mean, if you're downtown Birmingham, I would just, if you want to just be near the arena, they got all kinds of new restaurants out there. They have They have a Mug Shots hamburger place. They have a pizza place, your pie pizza down there, Mexican place to eat. They have if you want all the carb meat you can eat, they have a Texas Day Brazil where they bring all the
do
meat.
they really? They got a Brazil steakhouse down there?
Yeah, and they carb it, and basically you have to put a button when you're done, when you don't want any more. As soon as that button's out, they'll bring all kinds of different forms of meat to your table.
Oh boy.
Mary Prater, stop.
Wait a minute! Don't you be getting on my granddaughter?
Mary Prater's putting all her muffin on the ground.
Well, I hear she likes to dance. Is that right?
Yeah, she was dancing in the Red Bull the other day.
Wilder fights this weekend, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Deontay Wilder isn't the only one taking a good game before.
We do a lot of his T-shirts.
Yeah, it's Saturday's heavyweight championship from the Barclay Center in Brooklyn, Mike. His opponent is Luis Ortiz.
That's what the Nets play.
And listen to this now. Wilder is 6'7", weighs 226, and Ortiz is 6'4" and weighs 240. But he's 38 years old.
Yeah, Wilder looks like a basketball player. Have you ever seen him fight?
No, is he something?
Well, I mean, he's just got such a long reach.
Yeah. Mike, in basketball last night, T.R. Miller's girls came into the to the state Final Four with a record of 29-0, and they ran into one of those North Alabama teams called Lauderdale County. Lauderdale County beats them 59-45 as T.R. Miller goes home with their first loss of the year.
That is brutal. What a way to lose the season.
Are those children fighting? Are they fighting?
No, we're trying to get them ready for school. You got Millie been sleeping so much and so well lately, but she woke up at like 4 in the morning last night.
Oh boy.
Mary Prater slept through the night, but it was one of those things where we tried to get her to go back to sleep. So
yeah. Of course,
easy. You don't ever know what's going to happen each day.
Mike, back to Alabama basketball, and everybody's talking about it.
I will say this: I was extremely happy what Avery Johnson did, though. He sat every single one of those starters on the bench.
Did he really?
Last 10 minutes of the game.
Did he really?
And they just had to sit there and watch.
I heard that they went 18 minutes without scoring in the first half. Is that right?
I think it's like 14 minutes.
Well, that is phenomenal, though.
I work with a guy named Todd Donaldson, and he's a statist. He does stats at all the games. So he sits up there right behind Avery Johnson, and he's on the floor, and he talks about all the time about their attitudes. There's a lot of guys that are got bad attitudes, and he's really seen it the last few games. So it's gonna be one of those type things. I think Avery Johnson will keep his job, but it's almost gonna be like a must to get to the.
At one time last night, Alabama was 1 for 24 from the field, and of course they trailed at halftime 37-18. They didn't score but 18 points.
That's almost impossible with Sexton not to score more points because he can get fouled so much.
Yeah.
But Alabama, I mean, you can't say too many horrible things about them because they did go to Florida and beat that same Florida team by 18.
Mike, looking at how
Alabama beat Florida, really bad down there. So.
It's amazing. You're right. You got to come.
That stretch Alabama's on right now is brutal, though. You played at Kentucky, at Auburn, then you're at home to the red-hot Arkansas team, and then playing a really good Florida team that went to the Elite Eight. I mean, that's just not good scheduling.
Yeah, well, that's the way it works. They at one time there was a lot of balance in this Southeastern Conference. I turned down the opportunity to go to St. Louis for the championships, and I'm sort of glad I did now. Of course, I hope to go to New Orleans to see Troy play next week.
Yeah, that would be a fun trip. I've never been to Riverfront Arena down there in New Orleans, but just being in New Orleans anyway would be.
Well, they've got a big, huge thing going on, some music thing going on in New Orleans that week. So people better go ahead and get their reservations now.
It's
They want to
a
go.
big jazz fest.
Yeah, I think the Troy team's staying in Metairie.
Oh, really? Where is that? Just outside of New Orleans?
Yeah, south. I think it's outside more toward the Big Lake and everything. Mike,
I would definitely want to stay downtown somewhere where all the atmosphere is.
Of course, this show's brought to you by Sarah, where right now you can see a doctor without an appointment at Sarah today. John and of course John's a good friend of yours, Mike, and he really does a great job. And of course Melissa and all that staff there do a great job. Mike, maybe
Mr. Little's a good guy.
Yeah, Mike, one of the best programs in Alabama right now, and I don't know how they've done it, is Hillcrest High School of Evergreen. They beat Lauderdale County 74 to 48. Beat them like a drum, and of course Hillcrest also won the state championship in football. Did you know that?
Yeah, their defense coordinator was Mike Dean, Charles Henderson's former coach.
Oh yeah. And of course some other games, Lauderdale County, who they play good basketball. I mentioned already, snapped T.R. Miller's win streak, won 59-45. Madison Academy, they're always good. They get as good a players out of Huntsville as anybody, don't they?
Yeah, I mean it's the rich getting richer at a place like that. They can just have anybody they want.
Back when I was growing up, two of the great teams in Alabama every year, and even though they came from a small town, was Pisgah. Scottsboro and Pisgah. Have you ever heard of Pisgah, Mike?
Yeah, I have.
Well, they beat Midfield 76-74, so they're playing for the championship. And also Andalusia, Mike, with a very good team, lost to Cordova 46-39. So Andalusia is out now. They did have a great year with their boys, but it was just too much Cordova and.
Cordova is right outside Birmingham, north of Birmingham.
Bridges, isn't that a great name? Bridges Anderson had 15 points and Trey Wilkinson had 10 points for Andalusia, who finished the year 25-6. So congratulations to them on a very good year. So again, Bounce Television channel 102 on your Troy cable dial. You can watch Charles Henderson basketball from the beautiful Birmingham, Jefferson County arena in downtown Birmingham.
One thing you'll be guaranteed, there will be plenty of seats, so don't worry about us.
Well, it holds 17,000 people.
That's right, yeah.
And
only team that'll come close to selling it out is Mountain Brook. Probably the Southern game will be the closest one.
Yeah. Tell us about Mountain Brook, Mike, and why are they so good every year?
Well, I mean, they just got one of the best coaches in the state and got guys.
Well, tell me what his name is, and didn't at one time he didn't even have a degree?
Yeah, well, he's a professional poker player.
Are you serious? Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Yeah, he's been on the World Series of Poker on ESPN before.
Coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, laid-back television at its very best.
Great players, smart kids, guys that can shoot the three, guys that know how to play defense, and then.
Do they still put on that?
They'll recruit in 2 or 3 great players to play with them, and the rest is history usually.
So you can throw a rock and hit the gymnasium almost, can't you?
There's no doubt about that. I'm extremely close to Mountain Brook High School right now. Let me get these kids out the door, and I'll call you right back.
Okay, Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham, and we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back to Today in L.A., brought to you by Hook's Barbecue. The best barbecue in the land is right here in Troy, Alabama, at Hook's Barbecue on the bypass.
Napa Know-How. Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new, fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa Know-How. The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats, so we got barbecue champion Big Mo Quezon to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Brought to you by Pike County Ford on the bypass. Jeremy Perez and his crew have got deals you will not believe today at Pike County Ford on the bypass right here in Troy. And I tell you, Jeremy and I have become very good friends. He is a great guy. I'm telling you, you need to meet him and welcome him to Troy. And of course, we appreciate him. Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we had a different mayor. Yesterday, the mayor of the city of Troy was not Jason Reeves. Her name was Haley O'Brien. Haley O'Brien was the mayor of Troy yesterday, and she had her way. Troy would have underground utilities like Georgia does, where she lived previously. Of course, being mayor of the day, O'Brien didn't quite have time to find a way to make transformation to the city, but that doesn't mean that she and her council members didn't have an outstanding day. We decided for our resolution to do lunchbox that can help someone survive whole weekends and a lunchbox, and to establish a soup kitchen, O'Brien said. O'Brien, a 7th grade student at Pike Liberal Arts School, was one of 7 local students chosen to take part in Senior Leaders, City Leaders Day yesterday. So again, their names were, of course, the mayor, Haley O'Brien, council members A.C. Hawkins, Cade Renfro, Blake Barron, was the city council president, Sierra Laird, Michaela Griffin, and city clerk Tyler Cooper. And so a big day for those youngsters yesterday. I want to mention Charles Simpson's choir will perform at Thursday night at the Emporium. It starts at 7 o'clock. I want to mention a few other things. Of course, we got baseball tonight from Riddle Pace Field as Troy University goes head up with their rival, and that their rival is the University of Alabama Birmingham. So UAB and Troy go ahead at 6. There's a huge yard sale going on this weekend. Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Premier is having a giant multi-family yard sale starting this weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, they're going to have up to 150 stations that you can rent or come on in. It says one of our biggest yard sales in Troy history. Hundreds of cars and trucks will be on sale, but also you can buy a vehicle and get a Yeti Saturday, March the 3rd, 7:30 to 3 p.m. Rain or shine, the savings are huge. and payments as low as $99 a month, you can walk away with a new car or new or used car truck from Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram trucks in Troy, Alabama. And of course, Jason is the new owner, and of course, Jason Gregory brings his family to Troy from Columbus, Georgia, where the Gregory family had numerous automobile dealerships all over the country, and he has moved his automobile, the son, Jason, has moved his dealership to Troy, Alabama, and we're awfully proud of him. Of course, pre-owned vehicles starting from an incredible $29,990, and that's pretty good for a used car or truck to start at $2,990. So that's going on this weekend, and they are having a yard sale also, and we'll be talking more about that as the week goes on. We'll try to get Jason to come on our show maybe as early as tomorrow. Want to mention a few other things going on. Charles Henson Lady Trojans lost a heartbreaker to Lamp School in Montgomery 5-4. Emma Kirkpatrick earned the start and allowed just 3 runs, and Molly Kate Sanders pitched the last 2 innings. You know, they played very well, but lost a tough one, 5-4 against the Lamp School. Errors were costly also for the Goshen Eagles in a lopsided loss to Opp. They lost 20-5 to Opp, and that's not, you don't hear of a Goshen team losing like that, but they did, and they'll get better, I promise you. And of course, Charles Simpson High School showed improvement in a 10-6 loss to Enterprise in the first game under new head coach Taylor Polk. Polk was assistant coach, and he has taken over for Josie, the previous head baseball coach at Charles Simpson High School. Of course, Enterprise off to a very good start. They're 7A against 5A Charles Simpson, but hey, Troy against Enterprise in baseball, give me Troy every day of the week in most cases. That team's going to get better. Charles Henderson, of course, has several games coming up this weekend. Charles Henderson will host Fort Payne this weekend. The Trojans are at home on Thursday against Robert E. Lee of Montgomery, and then they'll return home again on Friday for a 4:30 game against Hopeville, and a 7 p.m. matchup the same day against Opelika at 7 p.m. And then Saturday from Charles Henderson High School will host Fort Payne at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. So, boy, what a huge schedule that is for Charles Henderson High School as they continue their getting ready for the regular season. Well, I say regular season, the conference season, that our area, playing area teams. Of course, I want to mention Troy University again will be at home tonight against the UAB Blazers. Should be a great game. Plenty of tickets, wonderful setting. Come out and have supper and enjoy a wonderful game from the Riddle Pace Field. In fact, they're going to have several giveaway items for you to take advantage of. Troy University has released their 2018 football schedule, and this is going to be exciting. So sit back, get your pen and pencil ready, and we're going to give you the the 2018 football schedule right here on our show. The defending Sun Belt Conference champion Troy Trojans will make a minimum of 2 nationally televised appearances in 2018 as Troy and the Sun Belt Conference releases the league football schedule on Tuesday. this is the league's schedule, and then let me give you the first game schedule first. The first game of the year will be against a very good football team, Boise State, in the newly renovated Veterans Memorial Stadium. Yes, everything will be complete, and the Boise State will come to town. Now, right now they're scheduled for Saturday, September the 1st. But I have heard that that game could be moved to Thursday, and if they do, it will be the first Division 1A college football game of the year. And that game would be held at Veterans Stadium. So right now it is scheduled for Saturday, September the 1st, but there is a chance that game could be moved to Thursday of that week, which would be Thursday, August the 30th or 29th. I don't have a calendar here, but somebody give me some help on that. But they are on the second game of the year, and this tickles me to death. Troy has finally got out of their agreement to play Presbyterian, at least for this year, and Troy has switched that game to a game between Troy and Florida A&M. Of course, you can remember over the years all the great games we used to have with Florida A&M. Well, they're coming to play us here in Troy on September the 8th, Saturday, September the 8th, and they're going to bring that great band, and they're going to bring all those great fans. So instead of having a very, very not so great opponent to a very good opponent that Troy has played several times over the years, and it will be a very good, colorful game with a lot of pageantry. The Sound of the South and the Florida A&M Marching Rattlers, one of the top bands in the country. So that's going to be a shootout with a football team and a shootout with a band, and that game's going to be on Saturday, September the 8th. The third game of the year, yes, we're going to Corn Country, and I mean Corn Country, USA, when we play the Nebraska Cornhuskers at Nebraska. And of course, that is on September the 15th. New head football coach at Nebraska should make a big difference with their team over the teams of the last couple of years. And of course, going to be at Nebraska, which is a tough place to play, but will be a great game, a big money game for Troy, and as they travel to Nebraska on the 15th. Let's go to our phones. Good morning. You're on Today in LA. How you doing?
Hi, I'm just passing the Cahaba River, so I was just calling back in.
Yeah, Mike, I'm going over the Troy football schedule, and tell us, the first game of the year is against a pretty good team called Boise State.
Yeah, Boise will probably be ranked. They won the Mountain West last year. Of course, Troy won the Sun Belt. Probably.
Somebody told me they've got everybody coming back too, including their quarterback.
Yeah, they got Mark Rippon's son back. Of course, he didn't play a whole lot against Troy. They played the transfer, more athletic quarterback.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that, and I bet they do a lot of that this year with their new coach.
Well, they don't have.
Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. I was thinking about Nebraska. You're right. All right, Mike. That game's scheduled for Saturday, September the 1st, but I've heard rumors that that game could be played on Thursday, which would make it the first game of the year.
To be on national TV?
Yeah, be on national TV and maybe be the first game of the year. That would be super, wouldn't it?
Only thing about that I would not like is I don't think they would break the attendance record on Thursday night.
Well, I don't know. Being the first game of the year, it might. Now, I'll tell you one thing that we've got to now. You've been to Boise. You've driven through Boise, and you've been to Boise. Did it get real hot at Boise?
Well, when Troy kicked off last year, it was 96 degrees.
Oh, it was? Okay. I was hoping the heat would get to them.
Boise is kind of like a
Desert.
They're
Yeah.
surrounded by mountains, but they're kind of like in a desert kind of area, like in a valley.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We play Boise.
I'll say this: Troy will definitely be at a disadvantage with them with a proven starting quarterback and Troy playing basically somebody who's going to be starting for the first time for Troy.
But I got a feeling either one of them is going to be awfully good, Mike. I like our quarterbacks. I really do. I think our quarterback's going to be able to.
And Barker.
Yeah, I like both of them. They're both very good players. And they've got a kid they signed that they like, Mike. They really like this freshman they signed.
Well, I mean, it's one of those kind of things. All these guys are young, and then they redshirted Smith. So Smith will just be a sophomore. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I tell you what, though, they got to get some, running backs ready to go as well. Henderson's got to step up.
Yeah, Henderson's got to step up.
If he wants to be the man, which I think he's been wanting to be the man since he's been there, this is your time. I know they recruited that kid out of Tunica, Mississippi.
Oh, yeah, he's a big back out of Tunica.
But when you lose Chun and Anderson, I mean, I hope and pray that Fry will be back 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody knows what he can do when he's healthy. You remember what he did against Clemson?
Oh,
He ran
yeah.
away from everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Offensive line should be in really good shape. Got a lot of offensive linemen back.
Yeah, they do. All right, the second game of the year, they play at home against Florida A&M, Mike. They dropped Presbyterian, thank goodness.
Really? Huh?
Now, isn't that, all right, now you're just now hearing that. Isn't that great news?
But ain't that a game that we paid Presbyterian to come play? They wanted
Yeah, but for some reason we got out of that. I don't know if they moved it or what, but next year.
That's a great ticket sale game now.
Oh yeah, a pageantry, Mike, with the great marching band from Florida A&M, nationally known, against Troy University Sound of the South, and then a very good football team from Florida A&M. Should be a great game on September the 8th at Troy.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. I didn't know anything about that, but that makes a lot more sense.
Oh, it really does. And now they can sell some tickets. That game will be close to a sellout. Be Troy's first home game. No, second home game. Sorry about that. Okay, on the 15th, they play at Nebraska. And Nebraska should be better, don't you think?
And some college football people are going to have Nebraska on upset alert for that one.
You think so?
Really good. Even though he's a really good coach, he's having to build a program. And, you have a tough time that first year usually.
Yeah. Of course, he's a very good coach. Of course, he led Central Florida to an undefeated season. So he's an outstanding coach. Mike, I don't know. I think this guy.
He won a national championship in Nebraska, too.
Yeah, Mike, I think this guy can beat Hisen and beat Urine at the same time. Well, I'll tell you, he can take Urine and beat Hisen and beat yours.
Troy's got some really good athletes there.
Okay, all right, and then on October the 13th, these are the non-conference games. They play at Liberty. I went to Liberty several years ago, and they beat us at Liberty in Division I AA. Their program is growing, isn't that right?
Yeah, they're Division I.
And of course, it's up in the Washington, D.C. area. Beautiful country in October. The foliage should be beautiful. Of course, they play at Liberty. All right, here are your conference games, Mike. And they've got it ready. Troy will play host to Georgia State. Well, let's see here. They're going to play them on ESPNU. And then they'll play, listen to this, they're going to play South Alabama on a Tuesday night, Mike, on ESPN2, nationally televised at South Alabama.
On Wednesday night, now they're playing on Tuesday night.
Now they're going to play on Tuesday night. And should be quite a game.
Tell you what, that's going to be a lot of interest for old Troy State players. You got half the staff playing at Troy State. You got Campbell, the head coach, Haystack, Stewart, the defense coordinator, and then Kenny Eddingfield, who left Troy to go to South Alabama.
No question about it. A lot of Troy connections there.
And let's just say say this. He's not going into a program that doesn't have talent. They beat Troy last year, and they beat Arkansas State.
Yeah, they sure did. And that's going to be.
What about Joey Jones? I thought he was done. Everybody said he was retired. You know, wanted to just enjoy the beast life, but he's the new special teams coordinator at Mississippi State.
Well, hey, that's great. That's great. He's a good coach. And Mike, in a minute I'm going to tell you something I was watching last night on TV. After we do this, so remind me to tell you about it. But I'm looking for the rest of the schedule, and I can't find it. Supposed to be on page 5. Let's see here. Let's see here. All right, here we go.
If they play at Appalachian State, I'd love to make that trip.
All right, I found it. All right, here we go. Here's the conference schedule. All right, this is the game after the Nebraska game on the 15th. They'll play at ULM in the first meeting between those schools since 2015. ULM always plays Troy tough. Troy opens a home.
Are we going to play them there or play them in Troy?
Going to play them there.
Oh, that's a tough trip.
That's right. And then they open the home conference season, a league season, against Coastal Carolina on September the 29th. Before the Thursday night, then they play Georgia State on a Thursday night, October the 4th. And then following that, a trip to Liberty, and then head to Mobile on Tuesday, October the 23rd, looking to reclaim the Battle of the Belt. And, of course, South Alabama on ESPN2, national TV. Troy renews its rivalry with Louisiana on November the 3rd at Veterans Stadium, Mike, before traveling to Georgia Southern on November the 10th. Troy hosts Texas State on November the 17th on Senior Day before wrapping up the regular season. Listen to this now. On Saturday after Thanksgiving against Appalachian State. And that game will be played in Boone, North Carolina. And the inaugural Sun Belt Conference Championship game will take place on Saturday, December the 1st on the campus of the there'll be 2 division champions. They'll play each other at the whichever team is ranked the highest where the game will be played. Let's just say if Troy...
So when does Troy play Appalachian State?
They play Appalachian State on November the 24th, the week of Thanksgiving.
In Troy.
Yeah. In fact, if I was looking at a...
There's an outside chance Troy and Appalachian State will play again, or is Troy in the same division as Appalachian?
They're in the same division with Appalachian State.
Okay.
I think. I'm almost positive. But television coverage, of course, that conference game's exciting, especially if we could get it at home. That would mean we would have 7 home games. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, if you put yourself in a position, I guess you would.
Mike, it's never been better for Troy than all of this. This is wonderful. This is a great schedule. And also it's going to give our fans some wonderful games and a chance to play at our place for the championship of the Sun Belt Conference. Of course, we'll play on the same day that that the SEC has its championship game, which I love.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that, how hard Coach Blayton had it when we first made the transition to 1A.
Oh, yeah.
We were lucky to ever get 4 home games.
I know
now we
it.
get 6 home games every year.
No question about it.
But back then, man, we played everybody on the road.
Yeah. But is that a prolific schedule, man? Isn't that something?
Well, the only game I see that I know boys will be a favorite against us, but the only game that I still think we might beat Nebraska, but every other game we should be able to, be the favorite, possibly be able to.
I believe that we've got a chance to win every game. I think.
There's no doubt. Like LSU, I didn't think we'd beat LSU last year, but of course we did.
Yeah. Appalachian State at Appalachian State is going to be a very tough game.
Wait a minute now. You said Appalachian State was at Troy.
No, it's going to be played at Appalachian State.
Oh, no, you said a little while ago.
No, I didn't either. I said, Michael, everybody heard me right but you.
I pointed blank said, I said, we play Appalachian State in Troy, and you said yes.
All right, Troy will host Texas State on November the 17th.
Well, that could be definitely a loss at Appalachian State.
All right, what I'm saying, Troy hosts Texas State on November the 17th on Senior Day at the vet before wrapping up the regular season on November 24th at Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina, which wouldn't that be a beautiful place to spend Thanksgiving?
Oh my God, that's the game I want to go to.
Well, I mean, I would love to spend Thanksgiving up there. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
It could be snowing up there. It's like 3,600.
I wish somebody could bring me a calendar. I've got calendars all over the place, and I can't find one right now. But if I had that, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be right back with more of Today in L.A.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance. Whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies, Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time. Know-how, Napa know-how.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Camille was showing you how to use it.
I'm trying to find out how to use it.
Did you get an iPhone?
Back to our show, brought to you by Quality Roofing. Jeff, my good friend, lives in downtown Goshen, Alabama, and of course he's the best roofer in town, believe you me. Hooks Barbecue, Mike. How good is Hooks Barbecue, Mike?
Really good. It's probably the best ribs in the state of Alabama.
And their ribs are delicious. It's great barbecue. Drop by Hooks today. And, of course, Pike County Bank is dealing, Mike. They're dealing with a great selection of Ford cars and trucks. And they say right now if you can beat their price, they'll give you $5,000 if you can beat their price.
You got to remember the Pike County Bank closed.
Did I say Pike County Bank again? Pike County Ford. What am I talking about? Mike, I'm looking at a beautiful calendar, and it's got a great look. And gosh, I reckon, where is this? Gosh, let's see, where are we? Oh, this is. I reckon this is downtown. Let's see. I've got a. No, it's not. Definitely not Atlanta. Where is this? Maybe it's Yankee Stadium. I don't know exactly, but
Miami. What is the calendar for?
Maybe it's Miami. I was looking at the picture here. Somebody called me. Identified this town. This is a calendar, a brand new calendar. Steve Camp just gave me. All right, let's look. Let's go to September and let's look at our schedule again. We're looking at Troy University's football schedule, which, ladies and gentlemen, is very important to this community. And Y'all got a good picture of Yankee Stadium here and all the great, boy, it's a great calendar. I love it. Okay, we're going to move all the way over. All right, first thing we want everybody to know is on April the 21st is T-Day at Troy. Troy University will have their T-Day football game on April the 21st. And then that night will be the Troy University Hall of Fame, which will be very good. And then this summer, Troy will start their football season, or this fall. And I'm going through, and now if they played on Thursday, if they play Boise on Thursday, I'm going to put a question mark by it. That could be the 30th of August, and it could be the first college football game of the year. I hope they try to get that date. If they do, it'd be great as far as exposure. Wouldn't you think? Hello. Lost Mike Amos. Of course, as we mentioned, we've got we opened the regular schedule right now has Boise on Saturday the 1st at Troy. Then again at Troy against Florida A&M. That's on Saturday, September the 8th. On Saturday, September the 15th, a journey to Nebraska to play the Cornhuskers. So that is the first. And then let's see here. Make sure we get all this right. On September the 22nd, they play at ULM, Louisiana Monroe. And on the 29th of September, boy, it's a bunch of games. That's 5. This will be the 5th game in September. This one is a big home game against Coastal Carolina on the 29th at Troy. Okay, now into October. The first game in October will be, let's see, Georgia State on a Thursday. Gosh, that's a lot of football. Georgia State on a Thursday from Troy. This game will be played in Troy. Double check. I'm pretty positive it'll be in Troy on a Thursday night, the October the 4th. So, within 1, 2, 3. Gosh, that would be in 33 games. There'll be 6 games played in 33 days. That's a lot of football. Over half, or half of your football schedule will be over in 33 days after it starts. Okay, Georgia State in Troy again on Thursday night. Then let's take a look at what happens after that. On October the 23rd, well, let me finish up this, I'm sure. Let's see. Okay, they go to Liberty. I got to find out when they play Liberty. They play Liberty. I'm looking for it. Troy heads to Liberty on the 23rd. Well, no, excuse me. Following the trip to Liberty. Now, I've got to find the schedule for Liberty here. Hold on a minute. I'm looking at the paper to try to find out. It's a little bit confusing here with Liberty. Oh, okay, on the 13th. Troy plays at Liberty on the 13th. That's in the Washington, D.C. area. That's Jerry Falwell's school at Liberty, the Division 1A. And then we come back on the 23rd, and that is against South Alabama, South Alabama on Tuesday the 23rd. Good morning. How you doing?
Sorry, I was just calling back.
Okay, I was trying to get this thing set again, Mike, and I'm going to go back over it in a minute. They play on a Tuesday night at Mobile against South Alabama on the 23rd. And then let's move quickly to the play Louisiana Lafayette in Troy, Mike, on Saturday the 3rd of November. Then they play at Georgia Southern on the 10th. Then they play
so does Troy not play Arkansas State?
No, that's very lucky, isn't it? And then they play Texas State in Troy on the 17th of November. And then on the 24th, play at Appalachian State. And then
one good thing about Appalachian State, Lamb, their quarterback, finally graduated.
Yeah, and on the 1st, they play the conference championship. All right, now I'm gonna go over it, ladies and gentlemen, one more time.
There's an outside chance Troy will play 13 games.
All right, it's a very good chance.
Not 13 games, 14 games.
Exactly. Wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And a bowl game.
In a bowl game. Yeah.
Right. All right, here it is. Here it is, right here. Boise State, they're going to open up with Boise State in Troy on Saturday, September the 1st. Now, there is a chance they could move that to Thursday, the 29th of August. Okay, they play in Troy against Florida A&M on September the 8th. They travel to Nebraska, to Lincoln, Nebraska on the 15th of September.
That's one of the best trips you'll ever make, so I encourage anybody to go on that one.
It is a great one. Get to even be around that Nebraska program.
You wouldn't stay in Lincoln, you would stay in Omaha.
Yeah. On the 22nd, they play at ULM. On the 29th, they play in Troy against Coastal Carolina on September 29th. And on October the 4th, on a Thursday night, they play Georgia State in Troy. That'll be on ESPN in Troy on a Thursday night. Now, what that does in October, Mike, listen to this. This is what we brought up just a while ago. From the 1st of October, which is 30 days, and then add 4, in the first 34 days of the year in September, Troy plays 6 ball games. Can you believe that? 6 games in a row, Mike. 6 games in a row, which is really unreal. And again, that is the way they start the season. Then on the 13th of October, they play at Liberty. They'll have a big week off on the week of the 14th through the 20th. Then they'll go to Mobile to play South Alabama in a huge game. You know, with all those Troy people, mind, this is going to be a lot like Jacksonville State. This is going to be a grudge game on Tuesday night, national television in Mobile. Now, they'll wait till Saturday, the 3rd of November. They'll play Lafayette at home. Then they'll go to Charleston, Georgia Southern on the 10th. They'll come back and play at home against Texas State on the 17th. Then they'll travel on Saturday after Thanksgiving, the 24th of November. They'll play Appalachian State. Now, if Troy is one of the top, if they win their region or their half of the, well, what would we say, their division, if Troy wins their division, and if they have a higher ranking than the team that is the winner of the other region.
So do we know how the divisions are split yet?
Yeah, we know how, pretty much.
So what? Lafayette, Arkansas State, Texas State, La Monroe are in the West. What is it called? The East and the West? Is that what
Yeah. You would have Troy, App State, Georgia Southern.
State.
So
you'd have Georgia State, Georgia Southern, App State, Troy.
Troy, that's
Coastal Carolina's 5.
Coastal. All right, that's it. They just have 5.
And then in the West, you would have Arkansas State, Louisiana Lafayette.
That's right.
La Monroe, Texas State, and who are we leaving out?
South Alabama.
South Alabama, okay.
All right, yeah, I think that's the way it works. And so that will be a huge thing for Troy and
So
this.
there's only, keep that in mind, there's only 10 teams now in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, that's right.
New Mexico State and Idaho
Are gone.
are in the Sun Belt.
They're gone now. You're exactly right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is as prolific as we've ever gotten in Troy athletics or Troy University football. Wouldn't you say?
There's no doubt, yeah.
I mean, to have this championship game, and then with the and then
host it on campus.
and then the thing about it, they'll have the championship game on the 1st, and they'll get ready to go to the bowl game on the weekend, probably on the 15th and 16th. So, Troy, ladies and gentlemen, if you love football and you love Troy, you're gonna love this schedule. It's wonderful. And everybody says, "Whoa, Appalachian State, they're playing on Thanksgiving weekend." Can you visualize being up in the mountains having your Thanksgiving dinner? Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that would be. Of course, you got one of the top coaches, non-Power 5 in the country, Neil Brown, and we're very blessed to have him one more year. And when it comes to these bigger schools looking at coaches, it's basically Neil Brown, Mike Norvell, Hartson at Boise State, and Lane Kiffin. That's pretty much the top 4 guys that are out there. So
yeah, and I tell you what, Mike, the new head coach, at South Alabama is going to make his name known very quickly.
Yeah, Steve
Campbell. And of course, South Alabama will be much better with him. They're a very good program. Will be.
Yeah, he's won everywhere he's been.
But it is a wonderful, wonderful schedule. You got to be jumping up and down, doing backward flips. That Troy is now playing for a championship with the 2 divisions.
A championship on the field.
So it's a chance. Wouldn't it be great?
There'll be no co-champions like we were last year at Appalachian State.
That's right. Now another thing too, that Troy will play South Alabama though every year, Mike.
Yeah,
so you got to add them to their schedule. That's going to be a tough division by having to play South Alabama. I reckon that would count toward the division. I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work.
Every game counts.
Yeah, but again, it's going to be fun watching Troy football, and I hope everybody's excited as I am. It's a chance. There is a chance. Troy could play 14 games next year. Wouldn't that be something? 14 games.
They broke the win record this year. They went 11-2 after coming off 10-3. So I guess there's an outside chance they could go 12-2.
Mike,
they could go 13-1.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've always sort of complained a little. Everybody looked at the Division I AA playoffs that they have every year. This is very close to it right here. And you're playing Division 1A football. And wouldn't it be something if we could be good enough to host that championship game right here in Troy next year?
Well, wouldn't it be great if we were good enough like Central Florida and be able to play in one of the
Yeah, that's right.
bowl games?
That's right. It would be. No question about it. It's going to be a tough schedule now. It's not going to be easy. Hey, you look at it. I'll just tell you right now, you look at it. And I don't know how good Texas State is, but everybody else is going to be loaded.
Texas State's been really down.
Mike, but there's a chance that Arkansas State can beat us. Lafayette could beat us.
I thought you said we didn't play them.
We don't play them. You're right. We don't play them. But what I'm saying, every team in that conference, and I think Coastal Carolina is going to be much better, no question about it.
We'll have their coach back. You know that interim coach.
That's right, and that's right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And let me just say this: right now, there's only one team that's not playing well right now. It's Texas State, but it won't take them long. Don't you agree?
Yeah, and Florida A&M will be a lot better competition for Preston ever would have been.
No question. I jumped all over that yesterday. I learned about it this weekend, and we learned all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our show. Watch Charles Simpson football today right here on Troy Cable on channel 102, starting at 3 o'clock. Charles Simpson football, basketball.
Charles Simpson ladies basketball playing in the Final Four.
I know. Is that ladies basketball playing in the Final Four today at 3 o'clock against Winona? Sorry about that. I got football on my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed our show. See you tomorrow, bright and early, for Today in L.A. See you then.